This is my out-of-theater review for Madame Web. So, this movie is more or less a successor to some movies that are... This one, I gotta say something first. It might make a little bit of people mad. This movie's better than Morbius and then Venom 1. So this is top 2 on the movies of this universe that have come out so far. So, the movie's good. There are some parts that could be fixed, like Ezekiel Sims' actor's acting. Where's my spider? They took my spider. He, adds, to his, words. He's like, "Why you are? I'm gonna hurt you." But the Spider-Women were good. I liked all of them. In the beginning I already forgot their names. I know one of them is Julia Carpenter and Anya Carazo. But they're all really good. I'm glad they're great characters. I'm glad they picked really good actors to play them well. And I just like the performance of Madame Web. Cassandra Webb is a great character, and even though she was barely in her suit and it was advertised on a Cretin Ocean spray bottle, it was the final battle didn't really make sense, where she knew every move of Ezekiel, but the death of Ezekiel is just meh. He died by being crushed. But yeah, Ezekiel was not a good character. His suit was the only good thing about his character. But in the comic books, he didn't even have a suit. He was just a businessman walking around with his bare feet out, teaching Spider-Man lessons. And if they were ever going to make a Spider-Man kind of sequel to this, keep Ezekiel alive. Give him, a purpose after he, loses to the Spider-Woman. Be he's alive, but he's learned his lesson. And, since this new, spider person is arriving soon, since he can also see the future, he's going to be able to, track Peter in the future, and then he's going to be able to talk to him. But instead, they ended up killing it because they don't have the rights to Spider-Man and use him in anything since he's in the MCU. But I think Disney should take a chance and give it so you can see what they can do if it's in this universe. But I don't know why the final battle takes place inside of a Pepsi Cola factory. And also, when they were putting the bottle rockets in there, why did the explosions look so big? They're Pepsi cans. They're not gonna blow up that easily. So, but yeah, that final battle didn't make sense in some ways, but it was still good. And when these seeing the future scenes where Cassandra looked into the future and saw what was gonna happen, they were terrifying. The diner one was crazy. He just walked in there, snapped Julia's neck, killed Maddie Franklin, and I think the train scenes were also pretty crazy. Yeah, he was just in the train. He was acting like he was Arkham Batman in there. He took out a lot of guards, just pulling their legs and crap. I get it's not gonna sound like anything since there's already a way more menacing Spider-Man, and his name is Miguel. But he's up there he's not officially a Spider-Man. It was kind of confirmed they have spider totems but not really spider totems. They have that spider guy that helped Cassie. Overall, that whole like subplot with like the spider people didn't make sense. Since like it didn't make sense because I don't remember in the comics there being spider people that like basically teach, like, at least give us the Grand Weaver and then we'll be fine. But the Krypton, like, seeing the future scenes were crazy. The train, he just walked in there, killed them, peace. But I would like to see, like, what actually happened in those, like, universe. I mean, I get in the diner one, Cassie dies and probably Anya gets killed too. But she's the only one that survived in the diner massacre, since when he was in there, I think he just killed people. Also, if I had a nickel every time Cassie rammed into Ezekiel with a vehicle, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not much, but it's weird that it happened twice. I don't know why she's just like, I'm gonna take a vehicle and crash it into him. I mean, I get it was probably the most efficient way to save Mary and Ben's lives. Who knows? Also in the seeing the future scene for Ezekiel throwing the bomb into the thing where Ben and Mary were, that one was just plain terrifying. He threw it in there. Mary, Julia, Anya, everyone died in that car, including the unborn Peter. Honestly, if Sony was gonna do that, they're probably gonna pick that. Disney would probably pick that ending and be like, sorry, you're not gonna have Spider-Man in this universe. Bye-bye. But yeah, they ended up having a better ending. Still kind of bad for, like, Cassie, but she wants to be blind, I guess. And I'm glad that they gave her an actual comic-accurate design. Because, like, I think now in the modern-day comic, she has, like, glasses, like, rectangular shades. And I like the suits for the Spider-Woman. They're good. But I don't know what was happening in those final few minutes. Also, the CGI could be touched up. Because, geez, that final scene where Madam Web was floating over the Spider-Woman looked terrible. But yeah, that's my review of Madam Web. I'd give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. It's good for my standards, but not good for some other people's standards. So that's it for today's video, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.